Mic check 1, 2, 3. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Woodbine Mohawk Park on this Friday, August 11th, 2023. Today's qualifying session will feature 8 qualifiers in total. In our first qualifier today, note that number 6, our Peaky Blinders, will be driven by Louis Waugh, and number 9 is Scratched. 2-year-olds and up on the trot. One is Rock Climber, a 2-year-old colt by Muscle Hill, trained by Mike Keeling and driven by Paul McDonnell. The 2 is Murray Kane, a Cadabra 2-year-old gelding, trained by Ron McDonald and driven by Brett McDonald. 3 is Sid the Kid, 2-year-old gelded son of Alarm Detector, trained by Shane Weber with Sylvan Filion. 4 is North of 9, a 2-year-old colt by Royalty for Life, trained by Keith Jones with Tyler Borth. 5 is Star Hairdresser, a 2-year-old colt by Cantab Hall, trained and driven by Rick Zeron. Number 6, Our Peaky Blinders, is also a 2-year-old colt, son of Cadabra, trained by Greg McNair, make the driver Louis Waugh. 7 is Angel Icky, 3-year-old filly by Muscle Up the Goal, trained by Mark Etzel, the driver's Bob McClure. And number 8 is Sister Act, a 3-year-old filly by Father Patrick, trained by Sean Stacy and driven by Jonathan Drury. Scratch number 9. So on a sunny morning here from Woodbine Mohawk Park, we're set for our first qualifier. Track looks in good shape, and the temperature creeping up around 20 degrees Celsius. We're set to go. Here they come for the first. They're off and trotting, and Star Hairdresser gets our first call as that one surges from the center. From the outside, Angelique and Sister Act, those 2 will move forward. Also a good beginning for North of 9. Then in behind, that is Sid the Kid. Dropping behind that rival is Our Peaky Blinders, back to Rock Climber, and Murray Kane rounds things out. Star Hairdresser goes into the first turn and does lead the way. Up on the outside is Sister Act, as that one will likely just continue to work up towards the lead. So the outside starter gets up on even terms with Star Hairdresser. Opening quarter was 31 and 1. Trotters exit the first bend, and up to take the lead now is Sister Act, the Father Patrick 3-year-old filly, set to clear Star Hairdresser, and it took about 3/8 of the mile, but does get to the lead. We'll go 2 lengths back then to North of 9 in third, who is followed by Angelique in fourth. 2 more lengths then to Sid the Kid, with a bit of a gap going back to Our Peaky Blinders, who is tracked by Rock Climber, and Murray Kane can see them all. They come by the half, and it was recorded in 1 minute and 4/5. Sister Act takes them onto the far turn, and it's Sister Act with a lead of nearly 2 lengths. Star Hairdresser trying to track the leader there in second. Break of 4 going back to North of 9, then being followed in fourth by Angelique. On that one's back in fifth is the debuting Sid the Kid. 5 more lengths then to Our Peaky Blinders, who is tracked by Rock Climber, and Murray Kane was off stride at the back. To 3/4, and Sister Act will dance them by there in 1:30 and 2, and they get set to spin for home. 29 and 3, third quarter for Sister Act. Star Hairdresser, the 2-year-old colt, comes to the outside here for Zeron, and this one will try and get up towards the leader, but Sister Act is still clear by 2. 1/8 of a mile remains. Sister Act, Star Hairdresser. Up on the outside, Angelique into third from North of 9, then back to Sid the Kid in fifth. Coming into deep stretch, Sister Act is going to prevail. Star Hairdresser finishes second, beat a length. Then we go back to Angelique in third, and fourth was North of 9. 2 minutes flat. Coming up next is our second qualifier. It'll be a field of 6 on the pace. In this second qualifier, 1 driver change. Number 3, can this be real? The driver will be James McDonald. So here in this second qualifier, it's a field of 6 as mentioned. 1 2-year-old in this group. The rest are older horses. Number 1, Fun Time by Emma, is that 2-year-old. Gelded Son of He's Watching, trained by Richard Moreau and driven by Sylvain Filion. 2, Prohibition Legal, the 4-year-old mare is trained by Nick Gallucci and driven by Louis Waugh. 3, Can This Be Real, is a 5-year-old mare trained by Amanda Fine. The driver is James McDonald. 4, South Beach Hanover, 5-year-old gelding trained by Sean Stacey with Jonathan Drury. The 5, Casimir Richie P. The 8-year-old is trained by Tisha Symes and driven by Tyler Jones. And number 6 is Wild River Bumblebee, 9-year-old trained by Julie Walker. The driver is Bert Renault. So it's a field of 6 here. Pacers set for second qualifier. Starting gate swings into the stretch. Field of 6 on the pace. Qualifier number 2. And the raw fan pacing. Prohibition Legal, splitting rivals from the inside, will step out to the lead. Fun Time by Amma from the rail with a good beginning, gets away in second. Everybody else will take back and line up. Can This Be Real? Going to South Beach Hanover 4th. 5th is Casimir Richie P. And Wild River Bumblebee is the trailer. They drive into the first turn. Prohibition Legal, the 4-year-old, is up front, and she'll show them to the opening quarter. Fun Time by Emma will settle right there on her helmet. The opening panel was 28-4, so they move into the backstretch. It's Prohibition Legal. Fun Time by Emma 2nd. 3rd then is Can This Be Real? Back to South Beach Hanover 4th. Casimir Richie P is 5th, and at the back is Wild River Bumblebee. Up the backstretch they go. Prohibition Legal. This is her 3rd qualifier of her 4-year-old season. First appearance since July 4th, and she's rolling right along on the lead. Fun Time by Emma, the lone 2-year-old in the group, is making a qualifying appearance after finishing 2nd in a gold event back on July 21st. The half was hit in 57-1. On to the far turn. Prohibition Legal. Fun Time by Emma 2nd. Can This Be Real is racing in 3rd. 4th is South Beach Hanover. 2 lengths back to Casimir Richie P in 5th. And another 2 to Wild River Bumblebee. Prohibition Legal continues to show the way. This one does the heavy lifting and takes them to 3/4 as Fun Time by Emma sticks right there. And they're 1-2 by 3/4 in 124-4. So they went 27-3 in the 3rd quarter, and they swing for home. Prohibition Legal, Fun Time by Emma. Then it's several lengths going back to Can This Be Real? South Beach Hanover, Casimir Richie P, and Wild River Bumblebee. But Prohibition Legal now gets a little bit of separation on the rookie Fun Time by Emma, and Prohibition Legal returning to the track this morning is going to go a good mile here. Prohibition Legal going to stop the clock in 151 flat. Fun Time by Emma was 2nd. South Beach Hanover 3rd, then 2 Can This Be Real? Casimir Richie P and Wild River Bumblebee. 151 for Prohibition Legal. So 26-1 home for Prohibition Legal to take our second qualifier. The 2-year-old Fun Time by Emma finishes in 2nd, goes a pretty big mile of his own. And here we go now for qualifier number 3, scratching horses 1, 7, and 9. Leaves us with a field of 6. The 2, Emoji Hanover, 2-year-old filly, Louis Waugh for Luke Blais. 3, La Party, 2-year-old filly, trained by Dustin Jones with Tyler Jones. 4, Perfect Angel, a 2-year-old filly, trained by Tony Beaton with James McDonald. 5 is Zippery Zippera, a 2-year-old filly, trained and driven by Paul Reed. 6 is Danish Brew, 2-year-old filly, trained and driven by Blair Burgess. And the 8 is Wheels Ablazin, a 2-year-old colt, trained by Paul Cameron with Jody Jamieson. Here they come, 2-year-old trotters for the 3rd. They're off and trotting here in the 3rd, and it's going to be the first call going to Perfect Angel, as Perfect Angel steps out nicely there. From the outside is Wheels Ablazin. That one is crossing over now, might be able to drop right into the 2-hole in front of Emoji Hanover, who got away in 3rd. Back to Danish Brew in 4th. Then it's Zippy Zippera, and then we go back to our early trailer, LA Party. So as they come towards the opening quarter, and it's going to be the leader up front here. This is Perfect Angel. 32-1 was the opening split. So as they come out of the first turn, Perfect Angel is up front here, as she is a veteran of the qualifiers at this point in her career, just trying to get things on track. And this one is looking good on the lead by 2. In second has been Wheels Ablazin, but out from 3rd comes Emoji Hanover, and Emoji Hanover, this green shoe filly, is coming up after the lead. In 4th is Danish Brew. Then you go back to Zippy Zippera, and the trailer then is LA Party. So as they come up towards the half, it's going to be 102-2 are clocking, as we now have a lead change, and up front now showing the way, this is going to be Emoji Hanover. So Emoji Hanover by 2 from Perfect Angel in 2nd. Wheels Ablazin is 3rd. Moving to the outside, Danish Brewer. That one getting a little jammed up on the nearest rival. And then now coming to the outside is Zippy Zippera. And our trailer then is La Party as they come towards 3/4. It's going to be Emoji Hanover to get them by this 3rd station. Up on the outside, though, comes Zippy Zippera, and that one's advanced up into 2nd now. Tracking the leader is Perfect Angel. 3/4 time was 133-2. They're into the stretch, and now trying to finish the job is Emoji Hanover. This is her first qualifier, and she's trying to get the victory. Up on the outside, Zippy Zippera is into 2nd. 3rd is Perfect Angel. Then we'll go back to Wheels Ablazin in 4th. Coming into deep stretch, Emoji Hanover's nearly home. Emoji Hanover will take it. Zippy Zippera in a battle for 2nd will give way to Perfect Angel, finishing 4th with Wheels Ablazin. The time 2:02-2. Here we go now for qualifier number 4. We will scratch the 4 out of this race. Leaves us with a field of 6. Bob McClure drives number 6, Starzy. 1 is Ultramarine, 2-year-old filly by Lazarus, trained by Walter Whalen. Michael Whalen drives. 2 is All Smoke and Mirrors, 2-year-old filly by Better Than Cheddar, trained by Jim Welby with Louis Waugh. 3 is Whole Lot of Luck, 2-year-old filly by Luck Be With You. Jason Libby trains. Tyler Borth drives. 4 is out. 5 is Little Bet Special, a Better's Delight 2-year-old filly trained by Dave Maneri with James McDonald. 6 is Starzy, a 2-year-old filly by Shadow Play. Bill McClure trains. The driver will be Bob McClure. And the 7 is Roll the Bet, a 2-year-old filly by All Bets Off, trained by Rachel Andrew. The driver is Austin Sorey. Starting gate into the stretch. Here they come for our 4th. And they're off and pacing. And coming forward will be the trio of All Smoke and Mirrors, Whole Lot of Luck, and Little Bet Special. It is Whole Lot of Luck with the slight advantage at the inside, as Little Bet Special will slip into the 2 hole. Back to All Smoke and Mirrors in third. 4th is Starzy. Then you'll find Roll the Bet, and the early trailer is Ultramarine. The field of 6 enter the first turn. Tyler Borth has Whole Lot of Luck up front, and this 2-year-old filly gets to bring him to the opening quarter, while Little Bet Special will sit on the leader's back. 30-2 was the opening split. Out of the first turn, and the leader here, Whole Lotta Luck. Second, Little Bet Special. 6 or so lengths going back to All Smoke and Mirrors in third. Couple more lengths then to Starzy in fourth, who is followed by Roll the Bet. And the trailer is Ultramarine. 2-horse breakaway here in this 4th qualifier, as 1-2, since the word go, has been Whole Lotta Luck and Little Bet Special, and they go up by the half in 58-3. So they were rolling along 28-1 in the second quarter, and as they go into the far turn, Whole Lotta Luck still shows the way. Little Bet Special is right on the leader's helmet there. Now up into third is Starzy, advancing on the outside. 4th, Roll the Bet, dropping back a couple of spots, All Smoke and Mirrors, and last is Ultramarine. So the lead starts to shrink here now for the top 2. Rolling up on the outside is Roll the Bet, who's into third, but up front, Whole Lotta Luck will get him by 3/4 in 128-1. Little Bet Special has been sitting on that leader's helmet, and we'll see what that one has to say as they straighten for home. Whole Lot of Luck. Little Bet Special now angles to the outside. Roll the Bet is only 3 lengths off the lead, and then we go back to Starzy in 4th. All Smoke and Mirrors and Ultramarine. A 16th of a mile to go. Whole Lot of Luck has to contend here with Little Bet Special. Whole Lot of Luck, though, still has the advantage at a length, and Whole Lot of Luck is going to go all the way. Little Bet Special finishes in second. Third then was Roll the Bet. Finishing 4th was Starzy, and we'll go back to All Smoke and Mirrors and Ultramarine. 157-1. We're getting set for qualifier number 5. It'll be a field of 7 to go forward. We're on the pace here. No scratches, just a couple of driver notes. The 3, Twin Be So Fine, Trevor Henry drives. And the 5, All-Star Finest, Sylvain Filion drives. Number 1 is Distant Lover, a 2-year-old filly by Better Than Cheddar, trained by Nick Gallucci with James McDonald. 2 is Gansby, a 2-year-old colt by Down by the Seaside. Walter Whalen trains, Michael Whalen drives. 3, Twin Be So Fine, a 3-year-old colt trained by Walter Whalen. The driver will be Trevor Henry. 4 is Arizona Jackson, 3-year-old gelding trained by Victoria McInnes with Jonathan Drury. The 5 is All-Star Finest, a 3-year-old filly trained by Gordon Danstovich. The driver will be Sylvain Filion. 6 is Speak to Your Manager, a 4-year-old mare trained by Boyd Wilson with Nick Boyd. And the 7 is God Willing, a 4-year-old gelding trained by Jason Libby with Tyler Borth. Starting gate to the top of the stretch, a field of 7. Pacers are lined up for qualifier number 5. And they're offhand pacing. All-Star Finest just follows the car out of there and will step out to the early lead. Here, Speak to Your Manager up on the outside into second. Coming well from the center is Arizona Jackson. From the inside, Distant Lover. Then we go back to Gansby, who got away 5th. 6th towards the first turn is Twin Be So Fine, and the early trailer 7th is God Willing. As they go into the first turn, Sylvain Filion and All-Star Finest right off the wings of the gate to the lead, and they're going to take them to the opening quarter. Distant Lover, the 2-year-old filly, gets away in second. The opening quarter was 30-2. As they exit the first turn, the leader is All-Star Finest. Distant Lover is in second, 2.5 lengths back to Speak to Your Manager third. Fourth up the backstretch is Arizona Jackson. Then a bit of a gap going to Gansby, another 2 lengths to Twin Be So Fine. And rounding things out, God Willing is probably a dozen lengths from the lead. The field of 7 approaches the half, and it's All-Star Finest, a 3-year-old filly. She is leading the way, and she's going to bring them by the midway point in 1 minute and 2/5. The second quarter was paced in 30 seconds even. Getting a nice toe there in second is Distant Lover, and her second outing for this 2-year-old Better Than Cheddar filly. Closing the gap in third, Speak to Your Manager ramps it up and comes to the outside. To track in fourth is Arizona Jackson. Then we go back to Gansby at the inside. Outside off stride went God Willing, and then you'll find Twin Be So Fine. So the leader gets swarmed here at 3/4. Speak to Your Manager on the outside, a short advantage from All-Star Finest right on the back there with some good cover. Arizona Jackson ready to tip 3 deep as they come out of the turn. 130 for 3/4. So up on the outside is Arizona Jackson. In the center is Speak to Your Manager. Inside battling back All-Star Finest, and Distant Lover now looks to shoot through. 4 across with the 16th to go. It's All-Star Finest at the rail. The leader at the word go is trying to get to the wire first. Distant Lover coming on far outside Arizona Jackson. And the winner there was All-Star Finest. Tight for second might have been Distant Lover over Arizona Jackson. Speak to Your Manager was fourth. 158-2 for All-Star Finest. We're getting set now for qualifier number 6. We're on the trot here, 3-year-olds and up. Driver change on 2, Connor to Sylvan Filion. Driver change on 3, Stonebridge Bomber to James McDonald. Number 3, Stonebridge Bomber will also go with trotting hobbles. Number 6, Tangle Wild Road also adds trotting hobbles. Scratch number 7, I'm a stand-up guy. So we're left with a field of 8. 1 is Ultra Lady, a 4-year-old mare, trained and driven by Dagfinn Henriksen. 2 is Connor, a 3-year-old gelding, trained by Clark Bealby with Sylvan Filion. 3 is Stonebridge Bomber, a 3-year-old gelding, trained by Greg McNair, the driver James McDonald. 4 is Century Jaguar, a 3-year-old gelding, trained by Shannon Henry with Trevor Henry. 5 is Archangel's Gliding, a 4-year-old trained by Bob Manders, the driver's Tyler Borth. 6 is Tangle Wild Road, a 4-year-old gelding, trained and driven by Rick Ziron. 7 is out. 8 is Astra Duhara, a 6-year-old gelding, trained by Denny Guriel with Luke Guriel driving. And the 9 is Forbidden Trade, 7-year-old, trained by Luke Blay, the driver Louis Waugh. Field of 8 here for qualifier number 6. They are lined up as the starting gate nears the top of the stretch. And they're off and trotting. Archangel's Gliding is going to step out from the center, going out to the lead. Off stride went the 6, Tangle Wild Road. So Archangel's Gliding up front. Century Jaguar went right alongside. The getaway 1-2 is Forbidden Trade. Sweeps up from the far outside, crosses over into 3rd in front of Stonebridge Bomber in 4th. Ultra Ladies at the rail 5th. To that one's outside then is Connor, going back to Astra Duhara. And last was that early breaker, Tangle Wild Road. The opening quarter was 29-3. So that opening panel was courtesy of Archangel's Gliding, who brings them into the backstretch. Second is Century Jaguar. Forbidden Trade sits about 3.5 off the lead there in 3rd, followed closely in 4th by Stonebridge Bomber. 2 lengths then going back to Ultra Lady, who is in 5th. 6th up the backstretch is Connor. 2 more lengths to Astra Duhara, and Tangle Wild Road is trotting well now, trying to catch on up. So they are near the midway point, and it's going to be Archangel's Gliding who brings them past the half as they tighten up here single file by the midway point in a minute even. So they trotted the second quarter in 30-2, and they're on to the far turn. Archangel's Gliding, the 4-year-old, leads a 2-hole trip for Century Jaguar. Forbidden Trade remains at the inside for the time being in 3rd. 4th then is Stonebridge Bomber. Up on the outside, Connor's now into 5th. Inside 6 is Ultra Lady, then back to Astra Duhara, and Tangle Wild Road is last. We get a lead change. It's out from 2nd. Century Jaguar popped the 2-hole and steps on by Archangel's Gliding. Forbidden Trade also moves to the outside and is on the leader's back as they swing for home. 1:30-2 was the 3-quarter time. They're into the stretch. So taking the lead with Century Jaguar, has to contend with Forbidden Trade on the outside, who's trying to power on by, being tracked closely by Stonebridge Bomber, who's right there. Inside 4th is Archangel's Gliding. Less than an 8th to go. Forbidden Trade now takes the lead. It's Forbidden Trade who steps out in front, and we'll get another qualifying score. Forbidden Trade will win it. Stonebridge Bomber was 2nd, Century Jaguar 3rd, Archangel's Gliding was 4th, 158-4. Time now for qualifier number 7. 2-year-old Pacers here, getting set to come forward. 1 We Believe In is a 2-year-old filly by Shadow Play, trained by Sean Stacy with Jonathan Drury. 2 is Adele Hill, a 2-year-old filly by Better's Delight, trained by Chantel Mitchell with James McDonald. 3, Wicked Woman DeVee, 2-year-old filly by McWicked, trained by Nick Gallucci. James McDonald was listed on this one as well. So we do have a driver change. The 2 will be driven by Jody Jamieson. Next up, then, we will go to number 6, a Class Yankee, a 2-year-old colt by Always Be Mickey, Michael Whalen for Walter Whalen. And the 7, Reddington, a 2-year-old colt by McWicked, Louis Watt for trainer Dave Maneri. Field of 5 to come forward here for qualifier 7. Taking out numbers 4 and 5, Jody Jamieson drives the 2. And they're off in pacing here in qualifier number 7. And we're going to see Wicked Woman DeVee come forward as that one will push ahead of Adele Hill. There's a Class Yankee on the outside who drops in 3rd in front of the rail starter We Believe In. And Reddington is going to get away in 5th. To the opening quarter, it will be Wicked Woman DeVee who gets to show the way. 2nd is Adele Hill, and then in 3rd, a Class Yankee. Spotted 4th, that is We Believe In. 2 more lengths back to Reddington in 5th. The opening quarter was 30 seconds flat. So as they exit the first turn, it's going to be Wicked Woman DeVee. This is her 2nd qualifier for this daughter of McWicked. She does lead the way. 2nd is Adele Hill. Watching from in 3rd is a Class Yankee. That 2-year-old colt making his qualifying debut. We Believe In back in 4th. And to the outside comes Reddington, as this McWicked colt, also making his qualifying debut, is surging on the outside, and this one is rushing for Wah. So Wicked Woman DeVee got them to the half in 1 minute and a 5th, and now has some company here on the outside. Up to the leader's wheel is Reddington. Inside 3rd, Adele Hill, tracked 4th by a Class Yankee, and 5th is We Believe In. So Reddington on the outside draws up on even terms with Wicked Woman DeVee. So Wicked Woman DeVee responds at the rail, and they go side by side around the far bend. 3rd, Adele Hill. 4th, a Class Yankee. And 5th is We Believe In. Wicked Women DeVee with a short lead of about a neck at 3/4 in 1:29 and 2. So they spin for home. Wicked Women DeVee trying to put away Reddington, who's now back in 2nd. 3rd, then, is Adele Hill. A Class Yankee between horses is 4th, and We Believe In on the outside 5th. 1/8 of a mile remains. Wicked Women DeVee had to contend with the challenger on the far bend and was able to put that one away. Wicked Woman DeVee with a good outing here this morning to win it. Reddington will finish in 2nd. We Believe In on the outside 3rd from a Class Yankee. And to round things out, Adele Hill, 157-1 for Wicked Woman DeVee. And up next is race number 8, our final qualifier here today. Jody Jameson will drive number 1, Mucksail Hanover. And we do have the driver of number 3, DA Pac-Man. That looks like it's James McDonald, just out of the sulky right now. Looks like there's an equipment issue there with that number 3. So we'll have a slight delay ahead of qualifier number 8. So they'll get called back in once again for qualifier number 8. As mentioned, Jody Jameson drives the 1 Mucksail Hanover. That's a 2-year-old colt by Betting Line. Walter Whalen trains. 2 is Hey Jude Hanover, a 2-year-old colt by Betting Line, also trained by Walter Whalen with Michael Whalen in the bike. 3 is DA Pac-Man, a 2-year-old colt by He's Watching, trained by Dave Maneri with James McDonald. 4 is a Coco Hanover, 2-year-old colt by Stay Hungry. Sean Stacy trains. Jonathan Drury drives. 5, Rocket Freight, a Jimmy Freight 2-year-old gelding trained by Chantel Mitchell with Louis Waugh. 6 is Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip, a 2-year-old gelding trained by Paul Davies with Trevor Henry. And the 7 is No Partners, a 3-year-old gelding. Tyler Borth drives for trainer Jason Libby. Gate into the stretch. It's a field of 7. 6 2-year-olds, 1 3-year-old on the outside. Here they come for qualifier number 8. So they're off in pacing in the 8th qualifier, and Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip goes out to the lead. Getting away second is No Partners at the rails, Mucksail Hanover. Then we go back to Coco Hanover, who is followed by Hey Jude Hanover, tracked by DA Pac-Man. Early trailer at the back is Rocket Freight. So they go by the opening quarter here, and it's Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip who leads it by 3. Second is No Partners. Then in third is Mucksail Hanover. Racing fourth as they go into the backstretch at Coco Hanover. A couple more lengths to Hey Jude Hanover. 2 more back then to DA Pac-Man. And rounding things out is Rocket Freight. So Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip, who is already a grassroots winner this season, is up top by 2.5 lengths, rolling right along. No Partners in second. 5 more lengths then back to Mucksail Hanover in third. Coco Hanover is there in in fourth, tracked fifth up the backstretch by Hey Jude Hanover, a break of 3 more than to DA Pac-Man, and Rocket Freight is the trailer as they go around the far turn. So the leader continued to be Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip. In second is No Partners. They've got that separation on Mucksail Hanover in third. Coco Hanover is following closely there in fourth, and then it's Hey Jude Hanover, tracked by DA Pac-Man and Rocket Freight. There's been no change throughout. Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip is rolling right along. We'll have the fractions after the qualifier as they swing into the stretch. Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip has opened up by 3. No Partners is in second, and then it's probably 8 lengths going back to the nearest rival, Mucksail Hanover, who has to contend with Keiko Hanover, who comes to the outside. But as we come into the final 16th, Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip is going to take our final qualifier here today. A good-looking effort. Finishing in second will be No Partners. Keiko Hanover finishes third, and fourth was Mucksail Hanover. Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip in the final qualifier here today.